We begin tonight at 11 o'clock with the latest on the coronavirus here in Connecticut.
Spread. You can't social distance. You can't wear a mask.
In college sports could be in jeopardy as experts advise against starting the season. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Erin Connolly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Zinni. Now, in the past day, 114 people have tested positive for COVID-19 here in our state. 9 people have died, and there is 1 less person in the hospital for a total of 66 tonight. Now, these are good numbers compared to the rest of the country, but there is growing concern about the upcoming school year.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell is live with the details that parents and student athletes really need to know. Matthew.
Yeah, Erin and Mark, everyone wants to know, will there be a season? Right now it's still on, but today's events combined with some talk from state leaders suggest the writing is on the wall for either no season or one that will look a lot different.
Football players around the state are preparing to get back on the field. Tom Brockett, the coach in Ansonia, details what they're doing to get ready.
Right now, high school athletes are allowed to work out 3 times a week in small cohorts of 5 to 10, and that's been positive. So I think if we keep heading in that direction, we hold out hope that we could have a season.
Today, experts are suggesting football might not be a good idea.
There is a lot of risk in when you have children in close contact doing athletics.
Scott Gottlieb, the former Food and Drug Administration commissioner, brings up issues of social distancing and sanitation.
So in those settings, you want to try to create a protective bubble around the athletes. And so if you look at what the pro teams are doing, they're testing constantly.
It would be unrealistic to ask high schoolers to live in a bubble like we're seeing with the NBA, so experts advise to put a pause on sports.
Quite frankly, I would prioritize getting students back into the classroom before I reintroduced extracurricular activities.
Governor Lamont hasn't arrived at that conclusion yet, choosing instead to leave it up to the CIAC.
My instinct is at least you're not traveling to high infection states. High school sports is at least limited to a state where you have a very low infection rate. But I think I'll follow their lead.
Coach Brockett agrees. They're even willing to make changes to the season just in order to have one.
Little smaller roster sizes. Kids not, overlapping, playing JV and varsity, trying to keep teams separate.
Even though coronavirus stats continue to trend in the right direction in much of the Northeast, New York did delay the fall sports season today. Since the epidemic began, we've seen Connecticut move in lockstep with the rest of the tri-state area. Coach Brockett says now is actually the best time to move forward.
It's hard to believe the numbers will ever be as good as they are right now, so I think the sooner we get this thing started, or at least start on time, the better off we'll be.
So a lot hangs in the balance. And again, even though New York has delayed, Connecticut has not. But when it comes to collegiate sports, the outlook gets even more grim. Governor Lamont says if a team were to travel to a hard-hit state, they'd be expected to quarantine for 14 days upon arrival. And when you look at UConn's away schedule for football, it includes Mississippi, North Carolina, and California, all states on that quarantine list. Live above the newsroom, Matthew Campbell, Channel 13 News.